faith. There's a moment when faith stops being a word and becomes a fire. It's when your heart trembles, not because you doubt God, but because you don't understand His plan. This week in Parashat Vayeira, Abraham faces not one test, but 10. Each one is sharper than the last. But the final one, the binding of Yitzchak, is where heaven and earth collide. 2. It all begins with 3 strangers walking through the desert heat. Abraham, even while recovering from his circumcision at 99 years old, runs to serve them. The Midrash tells us that the Shekhinah, God's very presence, waited while Abraham chose chesed, kindness, over his own comfort. The rabbis teach us a profound lesson here. The essence of faith is not just believing God exists. It's acting as if He is, watching every choice you make, especially when no one else sees. Think about it. When was the last time you served others while you yourself were in pain? That's where real faith is born, not in comfort, but in compassion. Then comes Sodom. God tells Abraham, "I will destroy the city." And Abraham, this great man of faith, does something incredible. He argues with God. Chabad teaches that true faith isn't silent obedience, but a courageous dialogue. The Zohar says Abraham's prayers rose like flames, testing the very justice of heaven itself. Have you ever loved God enough to question Him? To wrestle with His decisions? Sometimes faith isn't found in the answer you get it, as found in the courage you had to ask. And then there's Sarah. She laughs when she hears she bear a child at 90 years old. It's a laugh of disbelief, yes, but it's also a laugh of wonder. The Talmud says her laugh became a seed of joy for all future generations. You see, faith isn't pretending you never have doubts. Faith is what happens after you laugh and still choose to believe. I once laughed too, when I thought a door in my life was forever closed. But it's in the silence after the laughter that miracles often begin. And then we come to it, the test that breaks hearts. God commands, "Take your son, your only son, whom you love." The Midrash says that heaven itself wept at this command. As Abraham walks up Mount Moriah with Yitzchak, dawn light glowing behind them, what is he truly offering? Kabbalah reveals that Abraham wasn't just sacrificing Yitzchak, he was sacrificing his certainty, his understanding, his logic. Faith sometimes means walking forward even when you can't see the end of the road. My own test came when I thought I'd lost everything I had ever prayed for. I had to climb my own mountain, and I didn't know if I'd win or lose. But when I reached the top, I found that what God wanted wasn't my surrender. It was my heart. Abram's test ends not in loss, but in revelation. The ram appears. The promise continues. And heaven declares, "Now I know you fear God." The Talmud explains this isn't fear as in terror, but fear as in awe. The awe of someone who has walked through the fire and found God waiting on the other side. So, did I win or lose my test? Or learnt that the goal wasn't to win or lose, the goal was to transform. I didn't just keep my faith, became faith. And that's the secret of Vayeira. Every test is a doorway. It's not there to prove God to you, but to reveal who you are when the fire burns. When your next test comes, don't just ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What light can I bring through this?" Because that's where Abraham's story and yours become one. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into wisdom that can change our lives. See you next time.